What's up, everybody? This is Casey Washak with the Rolling for Revenue podcast, your jiu-jitsu business podcast. Guys, if you're looking to level up your jiu-jitsu school, create a greater impact in your area, and build a business that is structured for the lifestyle you want to have, then this is the podcast for you. Guys, go to rollingforrevenue.com, get the Rolling for Revenue book. It's free, just pay for shipping. There's over 20 years of business experience in here. This is exactly what I would do if I was opening up another jiu-jitsu school today. All right, so fast track the learning curve, get the book, implement it, and I promise you it will change your life and it will change your students' lives as well. All right, guys, let me ask you a simple question. When someone signs up at your gym, do you know what they are actually buying? I think we would say something like they're buying jiu-jitsu, but they're not. Nobody wakes up and says like, you know what I need today? I need to learn an armbar. That's not how people think. What they're actually buying is what jiu-jitsu does for them. All right. They're buying their confidence. They're buying weight loss. They're buying stress relief. They're buying discipline for their children, a sense of purpose. They're buying it almost a new identity, and jiu-jitsu is the vehicle to that. But most of us market the vehicle. They say things like, come train jiu-jitsu, learn self-defense, try a free class. And those aren't wrong, but they're not compelling. It doesn't connect with what people actually want. You got to think about your students, and they're not sitting around thinking like, I need to find a place to learn some techniques. They're thinking, I don't feel confident. I've gained weight. Man, my kids need more discipline and structure. I need something to break my routine. I want to be a newbie at something. That's the sort of conversations they're having in their head. And a lot of times our marketing doesn't speak to that, it ignores it. So, and it's not because your gym's not good, it's just because our branding message isn't hitting. All right. So this is where we need to shift. Instead of focusing on what you teach, focus on what it does. Change, this is what we offer, to this is how your life changes with this vehicle. All right, let me give you an example. In saying like, join our jiu-jitsu program, say, if you're feeling out of shape, stressed, and stuck in the same routine, we can help you grow stronger, more confident, and get back in control of your life. Same program, just completely different message. Now, when someone hears that, they feel different. They feel it. They think like, that's what I need. That's what I'm looking for. And I think this is where a lot of us get stuck, is because we love jiu-jitsu. It changed our lives, but we forgot why we joined it. So naturally, we just talk about the thing. We talk about jiu-jitsu. We talk about the techniques. We talk about the training. We talk about the art. But your customer doesn't love it yet. They do not love jiu-jitsu yet. We got to make them love it. They want to love what jiu-jitsu can do for them. Problem is, we don't speak to that yet. So we're always going to feel like our marketing's not working because we're keeping it surface level. Now, let's take this one step further. When you start shifting the message to the outcomes, everything improves. Your content gets clearer, your ads start performing better, your conversations with the prospects become easier because you're not trying to convince somebody to try something new. You're helping them solve the problem they already have. And that's why they came to you, is because your marketing talked about their problem. So it's a lot easier of a conversation to have. And this is how it ties in everything we've already been talking about. Now you already have like your value ladder, right? So we talked about semi-privates, and those are powerful, but only if people understand why and what the value is to that. And the way they understand the value is through explaining the outcomes, not the features, not what's included, but what it can change for them. So when you're offering something like semi-privates, you don't say like, you get me for 1 extra session per week. No, you say this is going to help you progress faster. You're going to get more feedback and a clear path for improving your jiu-jitsu, because that's what they care about. They don't want to be wasting their time. And this is where our marketing starts to feel different too, because it stops sounding like every other gym. We start sounding like something that was made specifically for that person who's reading it. If our marketing is feeling flat right now and our posts aren't getting engagement and the ads aren't converting, don't just throw more money at it. Stop for a second and say to yourself, am I talking about what I do, or am I talking about what this does for them? Because that shift changes everything. All right. So we need to stop selling jiu-jitsu and start selling the outcomes, because that's what people actually care about. And then once we get that right, our marketing improves and it connects, and our gyms grow faster. So guys, there's so many sayings in sales when it comes to this. Don't sell the braces, sell the smile. Don't sell the plane ride, sell the vacation. People don't want a shovel, they want the hole. Unfortunately, in all those cases, the braces are a necessity to get the beautiful smile. The plane and the plane ride is a necessity to get to that dream vacation. The shovel is the necessity to get the hole. So a lot of times we get stuck on talking about the braces, the plane ride, the ergonomic grip of the handle on the shovel, and our members, our students, potential students, are like, I don't understand why I need to know that. Because what they want is the outcome. They want the beautiful smile. They want the vacation. They want the whole. Okay. But we end up talking about the structure of our classes, the different positions. We get very granular on jiu-jitsu, and they're like, look, I just want my kid to be able to handle himself and be more confident and look people in the eye when he talks to them. And I want him to have some discipline. And I know martial arts does that. Awesome. We got that. Unfortunately, he's going to have to do jiu-jitsu to get that. That's the braces. Don't talk about the braces. Talk about the outcome. So part of this is understanding why our members are coming to us. And in many cases, we don't ask. We get the try. We have them do a trial class. They come off and like, did you like it? And they're like, yeah, that was cool. And the low-lying fruit, the easy ones, sign right up. But we still don't know why they're here. And so this is why that's extremely important, where you can then talk to, especially if they do start falling off, you can talk to what their goals were, why they joined in the first place, and tie it back to doing jiu-jitsu to get that outcome. All right, guys. So like, comment, and share, and keep changing lives. And I will see you on the mats.